Good afternoon to everyone. I hope I am audible to you people. Okay, before I begin with the class, it's a request from all of you that please switch on your videos. Switch on your videos. I can see many are there, videos are off. So don't be surprised if I remove you from the class. Many are there whose videos are off. Switch on your videos, all of you. So whatever we have done in the previous class, any doubt to anyone? Anyone has any doubt or any query? Yes, Arsh, unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I was saying that you were saying that in the right article, deoxygenated blood is coming and then it is going to purify. So, ma'am, that from where that deoxygenated blood is coming?
Two veins are carrying. Na? If you remember, I have told you two veins. Two vein, one is superior vena cava and another is inferior vena cava. See the diagram which I drew yesterday?
Yes, I have drawn.
Okay, those two veins are bringing the deoxygenated blood from the entire body. Superior vena cava from the shoulder and head region, and inferior vena cava from the below the shoulder region.
Ma'am, in body where it is, how it is coming? Means you are taking oxygen. Like we are taking oxygen and we are giving carbon dioxide.
Yes.
So in this flow,
that is a respiratory process. You know, in respiration, what happens? This exchange of gas is taking place. Impure blood starts getting traveled into the vein, or deoxygenated blood travels in the veins, whereas oxygenated blood travels in the arteries.
arterial.
Okay. Capillaries, no. Capillaries are the site where exchange. Please don't get confused with all this. Whatever yesterday I had taught you, I hope everybody has understood that. I hope everybody has understood that there's no issue in that topic. Yeah, so today we will be discussing about, if you see the page in the book, page number 62. Page number 62, we'll be talking about the blood vessels. Now, before I explain you these blood vessels which are given to you, I would like to explain to you the three main blood vessels in the human body. Now, the three main blood vessels of the human body are, first is artery, second is vein, third is capillaries. Is that clear? Now, as I have already told you, you need to write down some extra things because these things are not mentioned in the book. Okay? I've already informed you that there are some extra things in this particular chapter. So you need to be ready with your copy so that you may mention, note down the things. These three are the main blood vessels in our body, okay, or in a human body. Arteries. Okay, what do arteries do? First of all, arteries are thin walled. Arteries are thin walled. Okay, their walls are very thin. Okay. And these arteries carry oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood. Is that clear to you? Arteries are having thin wall. Second of all, better you write the full word, thin wall. Arteries are thin wall. Yes, just a second. Yesterday I said now that when I am explaining, please don't raise your hand. Yes. So arteries are thin wall. They carry oxygenated blood. there is an exception. Can you say that exception? Which artery is carrying deoxygenated blood? Yes, Akansha, please unmute yourself.
Is pulmonary artery.
Very good. Pulmonary artery is an exception. So you mentioned there, where you're writing about the artery, you mentioned there, though the work of artery is to carry oxygenated blood, only the pulmonary artery, okay? Pulmonary artery is an exception which carries deoxygenated blood. I hope you remember from where pulmonary artery was collecting the blood. Is everybody remembering? If you have the diagram which I gave you yesterday, I hope you know, you will see. See the position of pulmonary artery. See the position of pulmonary artery in that diagram which I gave you yesterday. Where it is? Yes, Devansh. Unmute yourself and tell where it is present.
Good afternoon, Miss. Miss, it's coming from right ventricle.
Right ventricle. You will find that blood from right ventricle enters into the pulmonary artery. Is that clear? So, arteries, as you know, they are thin walled. They carry oxygenated blood or pure blood, and they are deep in the muscles. Okay, they are deeply present. They are not superficial, but they are deep. They are deep in the body or deep in the muscles. Okay, the color of the blood in the artery is bright red. It is bright red. You have seen rose petals, bright red rose petals like that. It is bright red. Got it? Has everybody written these points related to the arteries? They are thin walled. They carry oxygenated blood or pure blood, except pulmonary artery. Okay, they are deeply rooted in the body or deeply rooted in the muscles, and the color of the blood in the artery is bright red. Okay. Riddhi, sure, will you please put your hand down? Riddhi, your hand is raised only. I don't know what is the problem. Yes, Amarnath, please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, I have a confusion about arteries.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, about arteries.
Yes.
Ma'am, I think arteries are which carry oxygenated but are thick walled.
Arteries are okay. Oh, arteries, they are thick walled. Sorry, please make that correction. Arteries are thick walled. Okay, they are thick walled. They carry oxygenated blood. They are deep inside the body, and they are carrying the color of the blood is bright red. Okay. Next comes the vein. Vein are thin walled. Okay, vein are thin walled. They carry deoxygenated blood, except who? Except the pulmonary vein. Except the pulmonary vein. They are superficial. If you see your hand, if you see the leg area, you can see some veins superficial. Very clearly they are visible. Okay, they are superficial, and the last point, the color of the blood is dark red. It is dark red. Now I'm not going to answer any queries. No, I'll give you the time at the last moment. Is that clear? First one, they are thin walled. Second one, they carry deoxygenated or impure blood. That means the blood rich in carbon dioxide, and except pulmonary vein. And then they are superficial. And the last point, the color of the blood is dark red. Is that clear? Then comes the capillaries. Capillaries are, see, please understand what are capillaries. Suppose this is an artery. This is an artery. This artery will branch out into the fine branches. They are called as arteriole. What are they called as? Arteriole. Is that clear to you? Then from the other side, we have the vein. This is the vein, and its branching are called as veinlets. Now there is a point where these two meet. Can you see this point where these two are meeting? Can everybody see that point? This is the place where exchange of gas and exchange of nutrient taking place. Exchange of gas means oxygen is taken by the artery and carbon dioxide is taken by the vein. Exchange of nutrient means that the whatever food nutrient you have taken, that will be taken by the artery and the waste product will be taken by the veins. This is known as capillaries. So capillaries are actually the combination of the arteries and the vein. The finest branches of arteries and the veins. Artery finest means the thinnest. The thinnest branches of arteries and veins where exchange of material is taking place, that are the arteries. Is that clear to you? Is it clear to everybody? I hope everybody has understood the difference between is artery, vein and capillaries the same? Are they same? No, they all are different. Yes, Ishika, you want to ask anything, beta? Okay, fine. So these are the three main blood vessels in a human body: arteries, veins, and then comes the capillaries. And now you can understand where is the exchange of material taking place. Is it in the arteries, the exchange of material taking place? No. Is it in the vein? No. It is always in the capillaries where exchange of material, that is gases, as well as the nutrient is taking place. Fine. So is this much clear to everybody? Okay. Coming on to the blood vessels of the heart. The blood vessels which are either providing the blood to the heart or they are carrying the blood away from the heart. Okay. Superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, all of you know these are what? These are veins. The superior vena cava is the large vein that carries deoxygenated blood from the upper half of the body to the right atrium. And where it's written upper half, better mention shoulder and the head region. Please mention there, shoulder and the head region. Written? Okay. Then inferior vena cava is the largest vein in the body that carries deoxygenated blood from the lower half of the body to the right atrium of the heart. Lower half means below the shoulder. Okay, below the shoulder. So if a question comes, which is the largest vein? What will you write? You will write vena cava. You will write vena cava. Please write it down, put the asterisk in a book and write it down. The largest vein in the body is vena cava. It can be superior vena cava or it can be inferior vena cava. Arsh, lower your hand. Yes, unmute yourself.
Ma'am, question is not there. Right now you were saying that it is present in shoulder and head. Vein is present in shoulder and head. So ma'am, that I was unable to listen. Net was not.
Now you heard that superior vena cava is written upper half now. Upper half means shoulder region and the head region. From this region to the upper region, the impure blood is brought by superior vena cava. Below the shoulder, the blood is brought by inferior vena cava. Okay. And as I have told you, if the question comes, which is the largest vein of the body, what are you going to write? Vena cava. If you write only superior vena cava or if you write it only inferior vena cava, the answer is incomplete. So better write down vena cava. Is that clear? Then comes pulmonary artery. The pulmonary trunk is a major vessel of the human heart. Because pulmonary trunk, it comprises of the arteries, so many arteries collecting the blood from the atrium and reaching up to the lungs. It originates from the right ventricle. It branches into the right and left pulmonary artery. Okay, because one will go in right lung and other will go in left lungs, which leads to the lungs. The pulmonary arteries carry deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle into the alveolar capillaries of the lungs to unload carbon dioxide. These are the only arteries that carry deoxygenated blood and are considered arteries because they carry blood away from the heart. Yes, where you have written about arteries and veins now, I have given you point, write one more point over there. Write one more point over there. Arteries always carry blood away from the heart. Arteries always carry blood away from the heart. And in veins, write down, veins always bring blood towards the heart. Veins always bring blood towards the heart. Okay? Yes. Is there any problem in understanding pulmonary artery? Is there any problem? No. Pulmonary veins. The pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart. Despite carrying oxygenated blood, this great vessel is considered a vein because it carries blood towards the heart. The pulmonary arteries and veins are both considered as the part of pulmonary circulation. Now, please note down one more arteries. One more artery and one more vein name is known. Coronary artery. Please write down there itself, coronary artery. As you know, heart is an organ. Isn't it? It is an organ, no? It is an organ or not? Yes or no? It is an organ. So when it is an organ, it also needs pure blood. It also needs pure blood to work, to function. From where it is, how it is getting the pure blood. Coronary arteries provide blood to the heart. Please write it down. Coronary arteries provide blood to the heart. Which blood? Oxygenated or deoxygenated? Oxygenated blood, yes. Coronary arteries provide oxygenated or blood to the heart. Got it? Everybody has written that? Then please write down coronary vein. Coronary vein. Please write coronary vein. They carry deoxygenated blood from the heart. They carry deoxygenated blood from the heart Written? Is that clear to everybody? Now, if it is asked that how heart is getting the blood, so you know the answer. It is through the coronary artery, which is providing blood to the heart. And which vein is carrying the impure blood from the heart? It is the coronary vein. Is it clear to everybody? I hope there is no problem. Okay, last one is the aorta. Aorta is the largest artery in the human body. Underline that. Yesterday I had told you that it is the largest artery in the human body. Blood is pumped from the left ventricle through the aortic valve into the aorta. You know what is the role of the valve? You are knowing it. Yesterday I have explained to you what is the role of the valve. Aortic valve, because they are present in the aorta. That is why the name aortic valve is given. Is that clear? So they will check the backflow of the blood. The aorta is highly elastic and is able to dilate and constrict. Dilate means relax. Please write down the meaning of dilate, relax. And contract, everybody understands? Becoming small in size. In response to blood pressure and volume. Blood pressure is highest in the aorta. Please underline that. Blood pressure is highest in the aorta and diminishes during the circulation, reaching its lowest point at the end of venous circulation. Means pressure will be highest where? Near to the left ventricle as the blood keeps flowing, and when the blood mixes with the, means when blood reaches into the vein, its pressure is the lowest. I hope everybody understands that. When the blood is traveling in the arteries, the pressure is high as it keeps traveling in the entire body, and when this exchange of gas has taken place, when the blood has reached to the vein, the pressure becomes less. Is that clear? The difference in pressure between the aorta and the right atrium accounts for the blood flow in the circulation, as blood flows from the area of higher pressure to the area of low pressure. So which is the higher pressure area? The left ventricle. Which is the higher pressure? Where will be the maximum pressure? In the left ventricle. Where will be the low, means the lowest pressure? In the right atrium. Is this clear to everybody? Is this point clear to everyone? Okay. Quickly, all of you read that much, and if there is anything to ask, you may ask. Just giving you 2 minutes time, please read it. Immediately when I say to ask, hands are ready. Rudransh? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Yes, Rudransh, please unmute yourself.
Miss, I want to ask that, Miss, you have told about that coronary artery, Miss, it brings oxygenated blood in the heart. So, Miss, from which part of the heart does it bring oxygenated blood? From the left ventricle?
From the aorta. Aorta is only going to break in. See, aorta is the largest artery. It further bifurcates or divides. As you have studied about rivers. River is there, one main river is there, and then tributaries and distributaries are there. Same thing for the blood vessels also. Aorta is the largest artery. It will divide and divide. So as it is the arteries which are bringing the blood to the heart, they are named as coronary artery. Okay.
And Miss, coronary vein is the extension of then pulmonary artery. It is taking deoxygenated
extension
blood.
of pulmonary artery.
Miss, it is taking deoxygenated blood from the heart.
It is the extension of the vein. It is the extension of the vein. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Shivam, unmute yourself.
Miss, are coronary artery and vein single in number? Miss, are
Single in number? No. There are so many arteries and veins.
no, Miss, coronary artery. Coronary artery is single in number.
No, they are not single in number. Okay, they are not single in number. Is that clear? Yes, Riddhi, unmute yourself.
Yes, miss, I want wanted to ask, like Miss, here one of the features of arteries and veins are they are thick and thin build respectively. So Miss, there could be one more point. They have narrow and wide lumen.
Do you know the meaning of lumen?
Yes, Miss.
You only know. What about the other students?
Miss, it was taught in 6th class.
It was taught in 6th class. You are knowing it, na?
Yes, Miss.
So it.
Miss, you only have taught.
Okay, fine. Everybody came to know that you are knowing all the things. Okay. I have not given that point. There was a reason behind it. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. Yes, Artika, please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, beta.
Miss, what is the meaning of venous circulation?
Venous circulation means blood traveling in the veins. Okay. Blood traveling in the veins, that is called as venous circulation.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, in aorta, that second line is there. What does this mean?
I told you the meaning of dilate. No? I suppose you are asking dilate.
No, ma'am, miss, how it is elastic, that I am asking.
Why not
Like,
elastic?
what is the meaning?
It is not going to be elastic. Can it bear the pressure? For bearing the pressure, you need to be elastic. You need to be flexible. Okay. So flexibility, maximum flexibility will be where? In the aorta. Because they are bearing the maximum pressure of the blood.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Priyanshu, please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Miss, what is alveolar capillaries?
Which capillary?
Alveolar.
Arteriolar.
Yes, miss.
Where it is given?
Miss, in pulmonary artery. Third line.
Where?
Miss, pulmonary artery.
Ah, yes. Where it is given?
Miss, third line.
Alveolar capillaries. Please don't get, you are asking alveolar capillaries. Alveolar capillaries means the capillaries present in the lungs. Alveoli. Have you ever, in any of the class, have you people learned about this, what is that? Respiratory system? In class 7th, respiratory system was there. You have studied about structure of lungs. Have you studied about structure of lungs? So there, the last air sacs, what we call the alveoli, na? So blood vessels present on the alveoli are called alveolar capillaries. See, beta,
Miss, please explain.
it will be very difficult na, if I keep on explaining class 7th also. See, for that, you need to go open your class 7th book and study. I hope class 7th book is there with you. Please go through that class 7th book, structure of lungs. In structure of lungs topic, you will get this alveoli. Okay?
Thank you, miss.
Yes. Yes, Aditya Samant, please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Miss, can you please explain aortic valve? I have to write that meaning.
Yes, aortic?
Yes, miss. Aortic valve.
Aortic wall. Aortic walls are present in the aorta. Same work of as walls are doing that. Okay.
Okay, miss. Thank you.
Sure, please switch on your video. Sure, please switch on your video, beta. Akshay, please unmute yourself.
Miss, you can please explain aorta.
Your voice is very low, beta.
Miss, you can explain aorta.
In aorta, yes. What do you want to ask?
Blood pressure.
I'm not getting your question.
Miss, I'm asking blood pressure, one in aorta.
Your voice is not at all. I'm not able to Can you type your question in the chat box and send it to me? Yes. Yes. Shreya, please unmute yourself.
Yes, Miss. Good afternoon. Yes, Miss. I want to ask that aortic valve is same as the semilunar valve. That is only there.
Yesterday, I suppose I have told you people that. Yesterday, I have told you people that all the valves, because their questions are their positions are so they are given different names. But all the valves do the same function, preventing the backflow of the blood. Okay. Yes. Sure, where are you? Please raise your hand. Please, blood pressure in aorta, what to explain in that? I mean to say that maximum blood pressure will be in the aorta, because aorta is responsible to distribute the blood to all the part of the body. If there the pressure is going to be less, will the blood reach to the different parts of the body? No, it won't reach to each and every part of the body. So maximum pressure is at in the aorta, and least pressure is in the superior and the inferior vena cava, near to the right atrium or right auricle. Is that clear? Yes, Shara, please unmute yourself.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
Ma'am, can you explain pulmonary circulation?
Have I taught that?
Miss, in pulmonary veins, it is given.
I'll explain. Okay, please. Whatever I have taught till now, please, if you have doubt on that, please ask question based on that.
No, miss, no.
There, yes. So up to here, I think things are clear to everybody. Riddhi, do you forget to put your hand lower down? Yes. Then blood circulation. When we talk about blood circulation, if you remember that the diagram which I had drawn, draw this diagram just like this. Labeling, you yourself are doing it. Blood has come here, from here it has gone to pulmonary artery, from here it has gone to lungs, from here to the pulmonary vein, it has come to left auricle. From there, the blood has come into the left ventricle. Everybody knows this sequence. You're knowing this sequence? You're knowing the sequence or not? Now see the blood circulation topic. The circulation of blood takes place in the body by the pumping action of heart. Pumping action of the heart means where? In the aorta. Okay, where the blood is pushed into the aorta. The right side of the heart receives deoxygenated blood in the right atrium from the body through the two vena cava. Deoxygenated blood from the anterior part of the body, the head, neck and arm is carried by the superior vena cava. It is carried from the posterior part, that is leg, and other lower parts, that is inferior vena cava. Already I have told you that, isn't it? You are knowing that head part and shoulder part, who carries the deoxygenated blood? Superior vena cava, and the lower part by the inferior vena cava. The blood is then pumped into the right ventricle, from where it is taken into the lungs for purification or oxygenation through the pulmonary artery. During purification, blood gives out carbon dioxide and takes in oxygen. This also you are knowing now. What do you mean by purification? Means giving out carbon dioxide and taking in oxygen from the lungs. The oxygenated blood is now taken to the left atrium by pulmonary vein. From the left atrium, blood is pumped into the left ventricle, which pumps it to the various body parts through the aorta. I hope if yesterday's diagram you have remembered, you have learned, then this all is so easy for you people. You need to learn anything. Okay, you can yourself make the answers, isn't it? Yes, now comes it further divides into smaller arteries and capillaries to supply blood to all the body parts. When blood reaches the cell through capillaries, it delivers oxygen and nutrient and collects carbon dioxide and other waste through the process of diffusion. Underline that word diffusion. How we are, I hope you are knowing the term diffusion. In first semester, we have learned about diffusion now. Movement of molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration. The oxygenated blood again travels back to the atrium and the process continues. To complete one full circulation throughout the body, the blood enters the heart twice. Can you see? Blood is entering the heart twice. One place here and one place here. Isn't it? Can you see the blood is entering the heart 2 times? One time it is the deoxygenated blood and second time it is the oxygenated blood. At first it enters the right side through the vena cava and the second time it enters the left side through the pulmonary vein. This type of circulation is called as double circulation. Got it? Blood entering the hearts 2 times. One in the right auricle, second time in the left auricle. First time through the vena cavas and second time through the pulmonary vein. So 2 times blood is entering into the heart and this is being referred as what? It is being referred as double circulation. Is this clear to everybody? Okay. The circulation of the blood between the heart and the lungs means from here up to this part. It is called as pulmonary circulation. What it is called as? Pulmonary circulation. Is that clear to you? So you can make this diagram and you can write up to here. It is pulmonary circulation. Got it? Then the circulation between the heart and the body organs. Now it has come to the lungs. Again, it has reached to the heart. From the heart to the body organs. Blood reaching to each and every organ of the body. That is called as systemic circulation. What it is referred as? Systemic circulation. So first circulation, that is between the heart and the lungs. That is pulmonary circulation, and the second circulation between the heart and the body organs or the different parts of the body, that is systemic circulation. Is that clear to everybody? Okay. So today we have discussed about how many things? We discussed about the what? We discussed about the arteries, blood vessels. We discussed about the arteries, veins, and we discussed about the capillaries. Okay. Then we have talked about the different blood vessels present in the heart. Is that clear to everyone? Then we discussed about the blood circulation. Again, I am saying if you practice the diagram which I gave you yesterday. Okay. If you practice that, will you need anything to remember or learn it by heart? No. If you learn that diagram, everything automatically you will learn. Everything. Positions of the different arteries, position of the places, how circulation is taking place, everything you will learn through one particular diagram. Fine? Now, if you have any doubt, please put up your doubts immediately. Yes, yes, Hariom, please unmute yourself.
Miss, can you tell about capillary one more time?
What?
Miss, capillary.
Capillaries, see, I'll tell you. This is my one hand. This you consider as artery. This is my other hand. You consider them as vein. There is the point, my fingers. My fingers, when they are meeting with each other like this, these are the capillaries. These fingers will be referred as capillaries. Okay. Where the veins and the arterioles, veinlets and the arterioles meet and exchange of material is taking place, that is called as capillaries.
Miss,
Yes,
Miss, they perform this action only. Miss,
yes. What do you mean to say this action only? They are doing the biggest work in the body. They are the ones where exchange of the gas is taking place. They are the place where exchange of nutrient is taking place. If they do not work, our body cannot work properly.
Miss, I am asking that only this function they perform or more functions they perform. Miss, that
Only,
they are
only this much function they are performing. Okay.
Miss in exercises.
Have I reached to exercises?
Miss, you have given exercises. Miss.
Yes.
Miss,
Have
in
I
that.
Why do you people simply exaggerate the class, putting unnecessary questions? Have I told you to go through the exercises and put up the questions?
No, miss.
Yes, Adar, unmute yourself.
Miss, yesterday's class I have not attended. Sorry, Miss. Miss, but I want to ask you that, Miss, can you please update? Miss, can you please put the recorded video lecture of yesterday's
It will be
class?
uploaded. You will come to know, then you can watch. Okay.
Okay, Miss. Thank you very much.
Yes, Arushi, please unmute yourself, better.
Miss, to me you have unmuted.
Yeah.
Miss, to me you have unmuted.
Yes, Arushi Gupta only. You have raised your hand now.
Artika Gupta.
Okay, yes, please tell. Artika, you say.
Miss, please explain one time at atrium.
Atrium.
Yes, ma'am.
Atrium, when you will see my video, when my video will be uploaded, that time you can see. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, Arushi, please unmute yourself.
And can you please explain systematic circulation?
Systematic circulation means the blood has come to the left auricle. Okay? Once the blood has reached to the left auricle, from there it will reach to the left ventricle. Through the aorta, this blood will go to the entire body. Okay? All the parts of the body. That is called as systemic circulation.
And ma'am, this coronary vein and pulmonary artery, they both take away the deoxygenated blood from heart.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Miss, one more thing.
Yes, Athar.
Miss, that what is the update regarding that offline classes are going to start?
Why are you worried about that? Your class teacher will inform you. Need not to worry about that. Okay.
Miss, I'm excited.
Okay, very good. If you're excited, very good. Yes. So this was all about for today's class. Okay. And just go through whatever I have taught, whatever I have explained you. And if any, and yes, in the next class, see next class, what we are going to have, the maximum part of the next class, nothing is given in the book. But you should know it. It is very important in context with circulatory system. Because in this book, they have not mentioned all those things, but you should know about cardiac cycle. You should know about the love and dove pace. If you remember, I have told you, rhythm, heart rhythm, that all you should. So in next class, be ready with one copy and pen and pencil with you. Okay. Otherwise, if between the lecture, if you go to pick up pen and pencil, it will be difficult. So be ready for that next class is going to fall on Friday, first period. Friday, first period. So be ready with that. Okay. And meanwhile, please go through the chapter, whatever I have explained. Again, if doubt is there, videos will be uploaded. That time you can see. Still, if you have doubt, you can ask later. Fine. Question and answers were already uploaded. You might have already done that. So only one chapter is left out for you to write this semester, that is food production. So your burden is very less this time in writing part in bio, isn't it? Okay. So thank you, dear students, for attending the class.